Happy 1 year anniversary, good guy, bad guy.
Hey, Happy New Year!
Mine's not working.
Why is mine not working? Why do I get... What's happening, guys? Welcome to Good Guy, Bad Guy. I am Chael P., your humble servant, and I'm joined with the great host extraordinaire, Daniel Cormier. Daniel, how are you today?
Okay, so that's one of those questions. Like, does it mean like you really want to know, or is it like
hello? Okay,
Yeah.
it means hello.
Okay.
How are you? By the way, can I explain the room?
Yeah.
So this is our 1 year anniversary.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
The crew went out of the way and set this up for it. I kind of thought nobody remembered. Actually, I kind of thought no one remembered. And so walking in here, man, it was cool.
It was cool.
to be treated good by such nice people. Truly.
They said it Monday, but I figured, it's a bit of a big company. I don't know if they would make time to make us feel special, right? I always feel as though, especially when it comes to Kristen, like she makes me feel like I'm just here to work. We sat 2 seconds and she's all, wow.
Let's get started.
Get to work, right?
How dare you be late? It's 5.
Should we give her a black hat?
Yeah.
Get to work.
Hey, I came to you with scoop today.
Tell me.
Can I just get started?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, great. Well, let's start with a narrative in our main event, which is that Pereira isn't ready. We kind of helped to support that. Listen, Karate Combat 3 weeks ago with his sister. Australia 2 weeks ago with Sean Strickland. He had an appearance in London where he got paid great money. He held a seminar in Amsterdam. This guy's busy, right? This guy's not training. He comes out and defends himself. And he says, not only am I ready, I've never missed a workout. Not only have I never missed a workout, everywhere I go, my whole team comes with me. Now, I don't fully know what that means. I'm just repeating words at this point. All right, great. Let's get to me. I go to the PI, UFC PI. It's right.
You saw him?
Yeah, twice. Not only did I see him twice, Daniel, I saw him spar 5 rounds.
Shut up.
Not only did I see him spar 5, this is 2 days ago. And I'd like to tell you what he was wearing. He was wearing nothing but shorts. You know those shorts, those tight ones, the ones he fights in, they look like underwear?
Yeah.
That's all he's wearing. Do you want to know why I bring
He's
that
not
up?
cutting weight.
Thank you. You get it. That
you
was
kidding
my
me?
point. He did 5 rounds plus an hour of training after that. He was only wearing shorts, so he was not worried about a weight cut at all. So that whole narrative that we hear that his weight got away from him and he's not taking this serious. Daniel, not only did I watch him 2 days in a row doing inspiring, I mean, he worked so hard it was inspiring. He was also the only guy on this weekend's card to spar at all. He was mainly the only guy to train this week. Everybody else is focused on beating the scale Friday at 9 in the morning. That's just not what he's doing. No. Everything that we have been told is false. This dude is ready to fight.
He's ready to fight. You know, Chael, I spoke to him about that yesterday, and they called me out on it. I did an interview with him, and he goes, you and Chael Sonnen, you say, I'm this and I'm that. He goes, but...
he better take the bass out of his tongue.
I said, hey, listen, Chael. I go, hey, man, we're out here making TV, man. You gotta stop taking everything so personal. He goes, and then he went into the whole handshake.
Sure.
By you.
Did you really?
Yes. He goes, he shook my hand, and it was a great handshake. He goes, and then he goes, we shook hands at the World MMA Awards. He's with his wife, and then all of a sudden he goes and says, he shakes hands like a woman. He goes, I never said that. I was like, dude, I was like, come on. But like, bro, he said he's ready. He said he's been training the whole time. He said he's been preparing. He said that at every turn, they've done everything right, and they're not worried. But one of the bigger things, you figure a guy like that, that's won as much as he's won, will make sure he's ready to fight. One of the bigger things, though, that I see that aren't usually tied to his fights is a lot of trash talk.
Sure.
He seems like he doesn't like Magomed Ankalaev. Ankalaev doesn't seem to like him. And to all the people that said, Ali got a hold of Ankalaev's Twitter.
Yep.
He was doing wrong. That's Ankalaev. I don't know if he's using a translator. I don't know how he's getting the word out, but he's clearly getting the word out that he does not feel like this guy is taking this fight serious. So sitting with both of them yesterday, there's bad blood. Do you think this adds to the fight? And are you surprised that it's bad blood? Because we got 2 dudes that don't speak English, but they're speaking the universal language of, I don't like you.
Yes, times 2.
Yeah.
Yes, it adds an element to the fight. First off, there was a great resistance by our community to put Ankalaev in the spot on the thought is, what if these guys switch chairs? Our biggest pay-per-view star, Alex Pereira. What if he switches chairs with Ankalaev? Ankalaev isn't prepared to carry that torch. That's a very amazing thing. And because Ankalaev really stepped into this role, I've enjoyed everything that he's done. I've enjoyed all the hype that they're doing for this fight, but he has brought something out of Pereira. That's the part I haven't fully identified. Somewhere, Pereira is disrespected. Daniel, I think that starts with the odds makers, who, when they laid this line, had a 2-1 favorite for Ankalaev. They have a common opponent in Blachowicz. One of them beat them in Pereira, and the other one drew with him. I mean, I'm just sharing with you, like, there's some things.
Right?
Very
Wasn't it split decision for Pereira?
And I was there. I must tell you, I did not know what that decision was going to be. It was that close of a fight. I'm only sharing for you somewhere along this way. I mean, we're starting to talk about Pereira going for champ status against Aspinall, putting him in there against John Jones. Dana White made an announcement yesterday that he would like to get Aspinall and Jones, and Pereira will fight the winner. If Pereira gets a win over Ankalaev, I mean, not for nothing, the sky is the limit for this guy. But there is something about this Dagestani kickboxer named Ankalaev that has gotten under his skin. That's fascinating.
I mean, you know what's kind of crazy, Chael? The whole deal. It seems as though that Pereira's mad because he might feel disrespected. It seems as though Ankalaev has a very clear path to beating him.
Yes, he does.
With the wrestling, because we have seen Jan Blachowicz take him down. I know it's not as simple as going, well, in this fight, this guy did this to this guy, and the other guy was not. It's not that simple. I get it. But when you look at the skill set and the ability to shoot takedowns, this guy is not a wrestler. But he does have that ability. We saw it when he was fighting on one leg against Jan Blachowicz. He was able to take him down and control him. Does the bad blood, though, and all the words lead to him fighting with his ego? Because it seems like the ego could ultimately be a problem. I asked Pereira this yesterday, Chael. I said, what are you showing these guys inside the octagon? Because everybody goes in there with an idea and an understanding, I can take him down. That's going to be the way I beat him. But the moment you're in front of him, you start standing. I go, what is he showing these guys? What is he showing them in his stance? What is he showing them with his hands to where they go, I can't level change? Because they're not level changing because they don't want to. They all say they're going to. But the moment they're in front of him, they can't find a way into taking this guy down. I believe that if Ankalaev isn't careful, he'll find himself in the same situation by telling everyone, I'm going to knock this guy out. I'm going to knock this guy out. He'll get in there and he'll have the idea, I want to shoot now. And he'll see him and he'll be unable to level change. I don't know what he's doing, man, because it's not just the fact that he can strike. Because I've fought strikers. And even if they can strike, I know I'm going to wrestle. I don't see anything in them that says, when you fought Anderson, you look at him in that stance, right? You're like, I can really break this barrier and get to his hips and take him down. I don't know that these guys see that with Pereira. It's like he's very tall, but they can't take him down.
Sean O'Malley has that as well. And I can't figure out what it is. But I mean, he's also both of these guys. I'm going to use Sean O'Malley, but they're tall glasses of water. That's easy to take down. That's everything that a wrestler wants. But to your point, they're not even making their entries. And I want to tell you a little bit about, because history says Ankalaev wins. History says. However, when you do look historically at the better grappler who's done so well with the striker, the better grappler 99% of the time was also the more conditioned athlete. That's not the case here. Pereira runs harder, man. He is like a horse, and when he can see that barn, he will go harder. He will go harder in the fourth round. He threw 2 rounds away in his last fight, and they were 2 brutal rounds, and he was calm and composed, and it's what won him the fight was pure condition. I'm just sharing for you. There's no spot where Ankalaev can take his foot off the gas. And I do think if we're using history as a trajectory to the future, that Ankalaev did slow down in his Blachowicz fight in the later rounds. He doesn't have the same championship fight experience, and he's certainly in very good shape. I'm just pointing out for you, history's a little bit off on this. The striking goes with Pierre, which is usually against the guy. But the conditioning also sides with Pierre, at least in my opinion.
Yeah, and he has that championship experience. He's been there time and time again, which will make him difficult. Chael.
Can I tell you something about his training? Please. So he's got a whole team. Okay, now I'm talking about his manager, George. I'm talking about his coach. I'm talking about all of his teammates. He's got this tall glass of water with him. And this guy, I got to find out who this guy is. I could just tell, I could sense something about this guy. Well, this guy that I reference is out of Amsterdam and actually beat Pereira in a kickboxing match. Now, he's getting his own MMA career going on. But what I'm saying is he's surrounding himself by the right guys. He's not afraid to be wrong in practice. And this training session was not just about him. By the way, when he came over, Glover Teixeira for the entire team put on a technique session. Then Jean J. Ribeiro gets in there. But all of a sudden, Pierre's getting there, and Pierre's showing some techniques. Pierre's showing a couple finishes.
So he's like a player coach.
Yes, he's arguing about, no, your arm needs to be deep, but it needs to come this way. I mean, when I watched him on the ground, all the talk about he doesn't know the ground, partner.
He's better than most
He's
people think.
better than people
He's
think.
better
He's
than people
tricky.
think.
He knows how to use that length. He's got some chokes. I know he's very unlikely to go for a submission. He'll protect himself on the ground, try to get back up. I'm only sharing the repertoire that this man has that I was able to see. It's much more vast than he's shown in the octagon.
You know what's funny about Pereira when he's on his back? He just grabs your hands.
Yep.
I'm not going to grapple you. I will stall you to get to the next round because every round starts on the feet. When talking about his great striking, though, Jamal Hill said you're going to hear and new, and you're going to hear it based on Magomed Ankalaev striking. Jamal Hill thinks that Ankalaev is going to beat Pereira, and he's going to beat him striking. Here's the thing. Jamal. Love Jamal, right? It always feels odd when we...
Sour grapes? Jamal's got some sour grapes, yeah.
Sour grapes. But isn't it weird that when we're about to say something, we go, love the guy?
Yeah.
Because
Jamal's fire, man. Jamal gets
you're
on
going to
fire.
kind of insult him a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to insult Jamal, but sour grapes, man.
Yeah.
Like he sounds like a guy that got knocked out by the guy and wants to see the guy get beat a little bit.
The idea that nobody can outstrike Pierre, though. Nobody has outstruck him over the course of an evening, but Roundtree outstruck him for about 12 minutes.
He did.
Israel Adesanya, who's a great striker.
Look at how Khalil ended up looking. Yep. Look at the fire he had to go through to outstrike Pereira for 12 minutes.
Sure.
Because this is what Ankalaev said. Khalil was beating him, Chael, and then all of a sudden he felt like he was afraid to get hit by him anymore. You know why he was afraid to get hit by him anymore? Because he had got hit over the course of that 12 minutes. He was fresh, so he was able to take those shots and he was able to go through the fire. But imagine once your face is pounded in. Now you don't want to get hit like that no more. And that's the type of power Pereira has. Like, you go through razors to get to this dude and beat him, and it's hard.
Yeah, and Ankalaev's not afraid to step on some of those coals. I mean, Ankalaev is legitimately a tough guy. It's just when you start exchanging, you start feeling power, when you offer a threat of a takedown and you realize that's not going to happen, I'm suggesting for you, the mind of a fighter, no matter how physically talented, the mind of a fighter, when the fight is more difficult than you thought it was going to be, you can unwind very fast. And I just really do think this is going to come down to championship rounds, whoever that favors, and this is a very close fight, but I do think it's going to come down to championship rounds, and I would just like to at least point out for you, I think Pereira is the better condition of the two athletes. And to say that about anybody from Dagestan is rare, but I would like to make that statement to you.
Yeah, that is crazy, but boy, that's going to be a good fight. No. I cannot wait. T-Mobile Arena is going to be rocking.
Will you ever give a prediction? Or you don't give predictions?
Yeah,
because you're the announcer.
I'm not allowed, right? You sit next to the octagon and you can start to feel that you are doing biased commentary. Which they really do. People say that I got biased commentary. I'm not going to pat myself on the back, but I feel like I'm actually pretty good at it.
You are
not biased, but also
you've been biased one time. You want to know who you were hard on? You were hard on Deron Wynn.
You
tried to correct.
That's the problem. I overcorrect.
You overcorrect.
Do you understand that? I do that with Islam and them too. I overcorrect. So then I have to deal with my teammates going, did I really not do anything right? And I'm like, whoa. I'm kind of in this.
You were hard on Deron. You really were hard on Deron.
I was hard on Deron, man. I was hard on Deron. But listen, Justin Gaethje and Rafael Fiziev are fighting for the second time.
I got scoop.
Again?
I'm sorry. Please ask the
all week.
They keep coming in.
But I can't even ask the question. I want the scoop. No, just
can I just tell you? All right, great. Well, Fiziev somehow comes out as the betting favorite. Excuse me. He's taking the fight on short notice. Excuse me. Against Justin Gaethje, who always shows up. Excuse me. It's a rematch. How are you going to tell me that Fiziev's going to be the guy when they've already done this exact same thing? Then I saw him train. And Daniel, it was different. You're not supposed to talk about these things that you see in the training room. I had a camera. I wanted to pull it out so bad. I hid around a corner so that I wasn't interrupting his team. And I couldn't believe it. I got Clayton. He said, Coach, what is he doing? Now, Daniel, all of his punches, they're way out here. His uppercuts are way out here. His hooks, everything's so far out here. I mean, it was like he had John Jones Link's arm. Nothing was in tight. He wouldn't let anybody get close. He's hitting these pads. It's like a shot going off when you hear it. This way out here. And I'm asking Clayton, how? How is it? His arms are only so long. How is he getting such incredible space? Justin Gaethje can hurt whatever he can hit, but you can't hurt what you can't touch. And I'm only sharing like that distance control from Fiziev. I started at a minimum. I did start to understand how he was the favorite.
Dude, he's amazing. He's really good. I don't know that I would instill him as a favorite because over the course of the last 10 minutes of that fight, it felt to me, after about 7 minutes, that Justin Gaethje was going to win. Early, I was concerned. I was like, oh my God, he's getting beat up because the guy was so fast.
Yep.
But in this situation, right, you're Gaethje. You've won the first fight. You're the higher ranked guy. You're held in higher regard. Who does it benefit more? I feel like this question is a little bit, it's very clear to me that this benefits Fiziev, right? Yeah. Even he's saying it's a miracle. He said it's a miracle that he's getting this fight. That's how you know that it benefits him the most, right?
Appreciation. No, it goes a long ways. Listen, I would like to tell you the circumstance is very different. First off, that fight really shouldn't have happened. I mean, that was Justin Gaethje going to have to do the favor for the younger crew and probably going to have to do the job that night. So it's a very different approach. And I do think he has a benefit that he knew about the fight. I do think it's a benefit that he prepared and Fiziev had to rush and get his paperwork done and get his weight off and get over here. But the odds makers don't. They're going with Fiziev, and they generally can see something interesting. I'm curious what that is. I think Justin Gaethje should be the betting line favorite.
He should. I think he should. I mean, hey, Chael, when we have seen it before, right? It's different than a basketball or a football game. Like, a lot of things can change. In fighting, they can change. That's why rematches go in the opposite direction sometimes. But in terms of betting it, you got to use the information that you have, at least to set the line, and then let the world decide what it's going to be. Justin Gaethje earlier in the week said that he sees himself as a business, and he's the product. What do you make of that statement, and what are your thoughts on that mindset? Like, hey, I get it. UFC's the business. But within that business, you have a great product in Justin Gaethje. That's why we say stuff like, he's your favorite fighter's favorite fighter, and actually mean it every time he walks to the octagon. Because the day the UFC loses Justin Gaethje is a day that is just a little bit worse.
Sure.
Right? The product
well said.
is a little bit worse the day Justin Gaethje's gone.
I watched that whole interview, and Daniel, there was some tough stuff in there. Justin Gaethje was being a real guy. I mean, he used this almost as a counseling session. He talked about that his life's not what he thought it would be. He said, I wanted to be married with kids, and it didn't work out. And it almost sounded like there was a story behind that of heartache, like maybe he had a gal for a while. Like, it was just kind of some tough stuff. But he also talked about how he uses that opportunity to be selfish, that he has full focus on himself, what time he goes to bed, what he gets up, what they eat in the house each day. And he was really talking about that. I thought it did let a little bit of a glimpse into the world of Justin Gaethje. And quite frankly, it's not an easy life, the one that he's living.
No.
I mean, it is hard. It's not easy when he goes to work, Daniel. You and I had the ability to make work a little bit easier. The way he fights, where it's a straight up bludgeoning, oh, by the way, he's taking on a striker who likes to bludgeon. That'll keep a guy up at night. That'll keep a guy thinking a little bit. Then he gets the fans and the odds makers and people at ESPN that are saying he's not going to win, that he was supposed to pass the torch the first time, but he's going to pass it this time. That's a lot to deal with, particularly in a quiet house by yourself.
Yeah. You know, he's exactly right. So I've had an opportunity to kind of get into his world, right? He's in this big house, but he has a chef. Make sure she makes all of his food the right way. Training is here. Justin Gaethje has taken and he has really massaged that product to make it what it is today. And his mindset is why he fights the way that he does. He has the ability to take down. He's an NCAA All-American. He chooses to make the fun fights for the fans. And I believe that this weekend is going to be as fun as any's ever been in. You know, this guy's special in terms of being a person, but Rafael Fiziev is as good as they come to, man. Sure. And he's a nice guy, and he's just grateful, right? Very rarely do you get a person that's grateful. Fiziev even told me, he goes, you know what, the first time, I looked up to Justin for so long that whenever I got in there, I kind of thought to myself, wow, I'm actually getting to fight Justin Gaethje.
That's real.
Yep, and he said, but this time he doesn't anticipate having that happen again. He feels like he wants to get after Justin right away and knows that he can't fight with his emotion like he did last time, because nobody fights better on emotion than the highlight Justin Gaethje.
Hey, by the way, I love that you said about Fiziev's attitude and being a nice guy, because anyone that's ever been in this spot before complains. They use it in the media to complain early. Well, you know, it's a short notice fight. Had to scramble my team and we weren't correct. Fiziev said it's a miracle. He was grateful. He was happy. He was looking forward to it. That's a sign of professionalism. He deserves credit for that.
He said he woke up his whole house when he got
yelling.
He said, I put my name in there. He said, I put my name in. He goes, I didn't anticipate I would get it. But he said, everybody else said no, so I got it.
What a stud.
He said, I woke up my entire house.
I love it.
Yeah. So Dana White finally announced TKO boxing.
Oh, my goodness.
Right? For so long, they've been trying to do TKO boxing. But he said he wants to build it off of the UFC model. Now, most will say they're going to try to do this way, and they're going to try to not pay the fighter, or they're not going to do this. What he means is the best will fight the best, because that's one of the issues in boxing, right? In boxing, you have these great young fighters, and they don't necessarily get to each other at the right time, like Manny and Floyd and so many other fighters over the course of the history of boxing. They want to put guys together right now. What's the excitement level for TKO boxing?
I'm pumped, dude. I mean, I got to tell you, I'm really pumped. You must understand, Dana White is a human being who was a little boy one time like us, and he had goals and dreams. He has not done them. He didn't have a goal and dream of getting into MMA. He had a vision
boxing.
and a work. It was boxing. This is the thing that he wants to do. This is the thing that he's hinted about. This is the thing he's talked about. He gets slapped going and all the other stuff that he's got going. This is the one that he wanted, but he needed the right partner. And Daniel, he took his time, and I do think he's found the right partners. We got a funding on one side. We got the operations on the other. I think they're going to do a great partnership. The stock price certainly liked it, but I was more excited on a human level just for Dana. And I do think that they'll build it like MMA. Partner, I am frustrated with watching boxing, and twice a year I get a main event that I care about. Yeah. If you're going to build 4 or 5 fights in one night, boxing has never had that. We don't really know the stars in boxing because nobody's put a camera on them. Nobody's told their story. There's not enough air in the room the way, you get some of these big guys, like whether it's a Klitschko or a Tyson or a De La Hoya or a Mayweather, but they suck all the air out of the room. Yeah. Dana will change that. Dana will spread that. You're going to have multiple stars in boxing. You're going to have multiple storylines in boxing. By the way, do we have the rights to that? Did ESPN do a deal with these guys?
Yeah. They're going to be in the running to try.
Did you ask Glenn? Did you hint around and you read his body language?
I literally just found out. I saw Dana in Turkey the other day, and I was like, oh, they're finally doing it. But I was up in here the other day, and I heard them going, the boxing venture. They kept saying, people in the office kept going, boxing venture. And I was like, well, what's this boxing venture? Yep. And then the night you hear it, and there is excitement because, all right, you're right. This dude's always loved boxing. And imagine, right, something that he's passionate about that's actually good. Yep. Dude, Dana's passionate about slap fighting.
Sure.
I've been to slap fighting. Slap fighting is not necessarily good. Careful. I'm just being honest. It's not necessarily good.
All right.
Right? I went to one in Abu Dhabi. It was all decision. All right. Somebody get snapped out.
Sure.
He made slap fighting good. He made slap fighting big. Imagine something that he loves and that he's passionate about.
And Dana,
right?
Do you think
that's good? Because boxing's still good.
Do you predict that Dana will have an influence in a changing of the rules? By example, I loved when Jake Paul started doing 6-round fights. I just thought they were more fun. I thought the action was in, the action was out. He can bring in a co-main event. You can't watch 12 rounds of boxing 3 and 4 times in one night.
Can I tell you what I want?
Well, you sure could if you shortened it up.
Can I tell you what I want?
Please.
I'm a little bit savage. I want to go back to 15 rounds.
Oh, no, you want to go the other way.
I want to go back to 15, man.
Wow.
Well, the dudes was really fighting. Do you remember when Joe Frazier, they fought 15 rounds?
Sugar Ray Leonard 15 rounds.
I want 15 rounds. Yep. Can we go back to 15 rounds?
Did you keep them at 3 minutes, though? You don't agree to maybe shorten the product?
Shorten the undercard.
Okay.
Shorten the undercard.
I'll drink to that.
Shorten the undercard fights. Work up to the main event. When you're on the main event, 15 3-minute rounds. Dude.
Wow.
Could you imagine?
No, that's hard.
That would be awesome.
That's hard to do.
That would be awesome. All right, Chael. So, it's our 1-year anniversary. It's been a good year. So, I have these cards, right?
Okay.
You, Chael, or honestly, I do appreciate you and your ability to pronounce names. Like, you are really, really good. And it's become a thing. So, I want to help you pronounce some of these names. Fan favorites. People that people love, and they would expect us to know how to say their names.
Oh, I'll say.
Okay.
Yeah.
This guy's headlining this weekend.
Yep.
All right. Tell me his name.
Pierre, just like George St. Pierre, but then add a Pierre. And that's exactly what Kenny Florian told me. Kenny screwed me on this one.
Okay. Pierre.
He the one that taught me this.
He
was thinking like George St. Pierre and add an A.
There's some phonetics right there. Say this.
Okay. Alex Pereira.
Alex
Pereira.
Alex Pierre. I don't know if this is right.
Pay is P-A-Y. And
Ray.
Ray is R-A-Y. Pay Ray.
I mean, who did this?
That's not Andrew.
No, this is not right. This is not John
No.
card. Yeah, we're going to do away with this one because I don't know.
I don't want to say. I think it was.
Rhea?
I don't want to out Kirsten, but I think it was Kristen.
All right. Okay, this is one that you love to. You call him Islam?
Makhachev.
There's an L in there.
Makhachev?
No.
Where's the L come in?
You said Makul.
Oh, I put the L in. Islam Makhachev. Yeah, Makhachev.
No.
But
okay.
but it's just, how do you say it? Makhachev.
Tell me his first name.
Islam.
Islam
Yep.
and say it.
Makhachev.
Chael.
Was that it?
That was right. It's
Maha.
Makhachev.
Oh, Makhachev. Okay, Makhachev.
Wow, Chael, that was really good.
Well, there's no disrespect, man. I call him
Okay,
champ.
okay.
All right.
Okay. I got to save this one for last because they put it in the middle.
Yep.
But this needs to go to the end because this one got a real reaction out of it. All right. Okay. This guy.
Blahal Muhammad.
Okay. You like to put L's in the middle of people's names, don't you?
Yeah, it says there's 2 L's in it. Belal?
This is good.
Belhal.
Belal.
Yeah.
Belal.
Muhammad.
Muhammad.
Yeah, we're saying the same thing.
No.
Blahal Muhammad.
You were saying Blalal.
Isn't it Blahal?
No, it's Balal. Belal.
I feel like we're saying the same thing.
No, I think we're.
Bel-
This is
Balal.
better though.
Okay, yeah, Blahal. Blahal Muhammad. Yep. Tough.
He's tough.
He's tough, that guy.
Okay. All right, we like this guy. Look at this guy.
That's Arman Sarukian.
Oh yeah.
Arman Sarukian. But a lot of times,
what?
Circarian will come out.
Yeah, it does. Come on.
Circarian will come out a lot.
Right, Sarukian.
Sarukian.
Hey,
Hey, I believe.
the bad guy.
You want me to give you some scoop?
More scoop?
Ilya Taporia. Hey, and right there, Circarian.
They won't fight.
They're looking at it.
Just
though.
said Sakarian again.
Yeah, but they're looking at it.
But they're like both from Mexico.
Is that what the problem is?
Germany. They won't Georgia. I
Really?
don't think they'll fight. Yeah. Sarukian and is it Sarukian Georgian?
Ilya Taporia, the biggest star in Spain, is all of a sudden from Mexico.
He's a Georgian, I said. I did say Mexico, I misspoke, but he's Georgian.
But it's Spain.
He lives in Spain.
All right.
Yo, him and his kid
All right.
in those all black suits. Yo, his son walked into that cage with a rose, dog.
Yes, he
I was
did.
like, boy,
That's a beautiful family. Hey, by the way, wait a minute. Then that must mean Ilya's going to take on Charles. If Sarukian's out, it's got to be Charles. All right.
Let's see.
Fine.
Okay.
Yair Rodriguez. I know him. Just saw him the other day. Yair. No, Ariel told me this one.
Your rear.
Ariel and Florian are the ones that done it. 'Cause Ariel told me this one, and he told me, think about ear, and he said, then think about it's yours. It's your ear. Yair Rodriguez.
Ear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, that's not.
Rodriguez.
You said your rear. You did say Rodriguez right, but you said your rear.
Well, like your butt. Your rear.
It's
your rear. I know it's. I'm trying to say ear. Truly, yes. And Ariel did tell. He said, think about ear.
Yair.
But it must come out your rear.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Well, I don't mean.
Yair Rodriguez.
I watched Pitbull train yesterday, training for him. That's a good fight. It's a hard draw.
This is gonna be.
Oh, this is my favorite. This is my favorite. Zabig Magomed. I think that's it. I'm pretty sure that one is it. Magomed. You know how long it took me to learn how to say Magomed?
Say this.
Zabit.
Mago.
Med.
Sharipov.
Sharipov.
Say it again.
Magomed Sharipov. That's a hard one. Magomed. It's not like a fruit. It's not like a fruit cherry. Yeah, Magomed Sharipov.
Magomed Sharipov.
I finally learned how to say his name, and that
quits
little prick quits, and now he's like a doctor. It turns out he can beat everybody up, and then he can also fix them. Pretty cool guy.
This is the one, guys. This one got a reaction from me last
All
time.
right. Oh yeah,
He's the champ.
Marab Dishalavili. Right?
Oh
Dishalavili.
no. Merab.
Okay. Merab.
Merab.
Dwa. E. Shwe.
I'm
Il-E.
I'm messing up now.
Marab
I'm
Diashwili.
messing up now.
Diashwili.
Marab Dawalishvili.
That's what I'm saying.
No, Dawalishvili.
Nurmaga Cherryapov. Like the fruit. Cherry.
Magomed Sharipov.
No one knows for sure. There's no way to know for sure.
Say this. Marab
Diwalish
Wheelie.
Diwalish Wheelie. It's not Diwalish Wheelie. See, you're
Marab Dawalishvili.
this is the Florian and the Ariel. You're gonna screw me up.
Ariel also tried to get everybody to call him Edosonyo. That is not real, dude.
No.
Edosonyo.
Oh, what a
That was
jerk.
trash.
What a jerk when he tries to put that special thing.
There we go.
Like he's smarter than
Hey, we
everybody
got
else.
some butt cake, JLP.
Can we try that actually?
Yeah.
Is that fair game?
You ever had butt cake? Yo, you don't like.
Oh, that's a cream cheese
You
frosting.
know what's kind of crazy about you?
That's good.
You don't drink. Hey, dude, the other day at the Ultimate Fighter,
Yeah.
there's a very distinct difference between our teams. Like, we're a little wild,
You guys are fun. You guys are fun. Yeah.
The kind of businessman.
Oh, look at that. Oh, wow.
Who's that? Who's bringing that?
Wait, how was that for nice?
Hey, come over here, Arth. Come and say hi to the team.
Come and say Duwashashvili.
Say this, Diwalishvili. Like, say, no, wrong.
No.
Meg, wrong. Say it. Wrong.
No.
Say the beat's name.
The beat, Magomed.
No, wrong.
Cherry. You gotta say cherry. Maga cherry pop.
He's just wrong. I mean, it's harder. You guys all try to make fun of my friend Chael, but
This was nice that he brought us cake. Oh my goodness. What a sweet gesture.
You have a guys, make sure you watch UFC 313.
That's it. We're done.
We're done.
Where is it you have to be? What is your big rush all the time?
Do that. I'm not.
All right.
rushing.
All right. I won't do
Okay,
it.
you want to know?
Everything. Yeah. Well, now I feel like something's up. God, I hope everybody's okay.
Golf.
God damn it. God damn it. That is
Until
so
next time.
infuriating.
That's the bad guy. I'm the good guy. We'll catch you on Monday. Peace.
Why don't you ever invite me? Why don't you ever say, do you want to golf with me? I'm not going to go. I will say no.